name is Nandini, and today I will be presenting a critique of two fascinating research studies that explore the critical role of working memory in broader cognitive abilities. I will explain the cognitive principles behind these studies, summarize their methods and findings, and also critically assess their strengths and limitations and discuss their implications for further research. So, definition of the working memory. So the working memory is essential to a human cognition, which also enable us to hold and manipulate information temporarily to complete complex tasks. It helps us to actually hold and manipulate the information temporarily and to complete some complex tasks. So today I'll be presenting two studies that investigate the relationship between working memory capacity and higher order cognitive abilities, highlighting its crucial role in everyday intellectual functions. So, the cognitive principle. The core principles state that the both research studies are grounded in the cognitive principles that quantify of that has the quantity of the information we can hold and process within working memory, which directly impacts on our ability to engage in sophisticated cognitive tasks like reasoning, decision making, and problem solving, etc. So the study one, which is done by Unsworth and Engel, which has an objective using so these two decided to aim and tease apart the distinctive roles of short-term memory and working memory. So they used 174 college students for this experiment and they found out that only working memory tasks, not simple memory spans, were significant predictors of reasoning ability and academic success. So the findings in the study 1 indicate that working memory capacity as measured by complex supertasks was a strong predictor of higher order cognitive functions, whereas simple short-term memory measures showed a little predictive power. The strength and limitation of this study states that they have a large sample and a thought of experimental design. However, it relies on college students um, rations out the generalizability, and some task overlaps may have influenced the clarity of the distinctions made. And the study 2, done by Fukura and his colleagues investigated whether the breadth or the precision of working memory storage better predicts fluid intelligence. The results emphasize that this is the sheer quantity of items sorted, not the fine-grained precision of each item that matters most, cognitive ability. So the findings in the study too state that the number of items people could remember predicted fluid intelligence much better than how precisely they remembered each item. The strengths and limitations in the study too are there was an innovative design. Mm, which showed that the study has providing clear insight into different aspects of memory capacity. Nevertheless, the small and demographically narrow samples restrict the generalizability of the findings. To compare and contrast between the two studies, we have despite the different focuses, both studies converge on the conclusion that quantity of working memory essential for cognitive success. However, the scopes differ. Unsworth and Engel looked broadly at academic and reasoning abilities, while Fukuda focused specially on fluid intelligence with strong experimental manipulation. Implication of research. So the findings collectively imply that interventions aimed to expand working memory capacity might slightly enhance cognitive functioning. Further studies should examine developmental trajectories and the potential for training related improvements. Thank you.